The only problem with that is that the parties themselves seem to be putting all their store on the legal solution. Let's get an SQR Ilyas of the All India Muslim Personal Law Board. Mr. Ilyas, would you accept any other solution other than a legal one, or is the judicial solution the only solution that you will accept as binding?
Sagarika, both the parties in the today itself in the Supreme Court, they were saying that there is no possibility of any negotiation settlement. The defender as well as the plaintiff were of the view that let the court decide. The entire nation was waiting, and finally the good sense was prevailing. All the parties, they have clearly said whatever be the final judicial verdict, it will be acceptable to them. So when the entire nation was waiting, again we have put the nation in uncertainty, and uncertainty definitely is not helpful for the country. And I think that, 11 attempts have been made in the past. No, but I wanted to just respond to
what Shopon is saying, that aren't you, the Muslims and the Hindus, washing your hands off the issue and saying, okay, we can't deal with this, we are not going to arrive at any negotiation, the court has to do all our thinking for us?
No, they have already tried. Several times they have tried in the past. Nothing has come out. One party was insisting that Garbhagriha will be built here itself. How can it be possible? The other party says that it is a Sharia issue unless it is clearly mentioned that yes, a mandir was demolished and the mosque was built. It has not been proved in the court of law. And even the faith issue, when you say that it is a Astha issue, it has not been proved in the court of law. Whether the Hindus were having Astha with the babri masjid.
Let me get Veer in here. Let me get Veer in here. Again, we're coming down to proof when it is actually a matter of faith and it's a matter of religion. So is the judiciary the competent authority here?
You have two different disputes here. You have the strict property dispute, which is who does the land belong to, etc.
But that's tied up with faith. It's tied up with religious
the Advani position from the 1980s was we don't know whether Ram was born over here for certain. We have no proof. But Hindus believe that Lord Ram was born here. Therefore, that's enough for us. That's faith. If you take that kind of dispute, no legal settlement, no entitlement to property is going to sort it out. That has to be done by something much more, something like consensus. Yogen was talking about the need for some kind of national outreach, some kind of attempt to try and bring both parties together. In my view, and I could be wrong, Ayodhya is an issue that mattered in the early 90s, in the early 1980s, when India was, in the late 1980s, when India was in a sense of failure, when there was doom and gloom all around. India has changed. There's a whole new generation that's come of age that doesn't even understand what the dispute is about. There is a new India in the 21st century that should not be bogged down by a dispute over a medieval mosque. The time is right, therefore, for some kind of political leadership that reached out from both sides. Both sides. Well, the Congress, the government could have started. The government could have started, but
nobody. You think the government should take the initiative? That has been suggested. What if the government acquires the land?
Someone like Manmohan Singh, who's respected from all sides, if he'd got everybody together and had tried to form some kind of settlement, I think we could have had some kind of solution.
So you think there should be a political solution, actually, not a judicial one?
No, I think the land dispute was probably not amenable to a political solution, but the land dispute was never the problem. The problem was the agitation and political issues.
You think the government should be proactive here? And
see, as we say, there are two separate issues here. One is a land dispute, there's a title dispute clearly, which goes to courts. Courts cannot say we cannot sort it out. And if the courts wanted to say that, they had 10 years to say that.
But
they
cannot decide. Saying underlying the title suit is
that's Sopan's very intelligent reading of
identity.
That's a very intelligent reading of what the Supreme Court may have had at the back of their mind, which they have not revealed so far. And I indeed hope that that's not what is at the back of their mind. The Supreme Court of India
But how can it not be?
The Supreme Court
How can it not be? Because, given the history, given the riots, given the, mobilization, how can the Hindu-Muslim question not be in the court's mind when it's deciding on the title dispute?
No. What the Supreme Court has not said even today is that they are in two minds whether this question can be discussed in courts at all or not. And I indeed hope that's not what they are saying, because if they wanted to say, Supreme Court always has the jurisdiction to say that this particular matter lying in Allahabad High Court is not in its jurisprudence. I mean, they should not be handling it. They did not say that. And one day before the verdict is surely not the right day to say that this is not part of the jurisprudence.